beaver, away!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here, we're going, we're starting, we got no time to waste because they're already into this game. This is Frenchies versus 6. This matchup, yeah, we're getting into it nice and quickly. Going into this here, on the first mid here on Frozen. This here, now we get some decent old damage in. Jumping away, getting to a nice little comfortable position. Still a 5v5, but there's no Demoman spam on the side of the Frenchies. They're going to be backing all the way. And that is the rare 2-frag entire mid-fight. Wow, okay. Woo! Starting off speedy.
Yeah, that was just as soon as they lost the demo man, they just kind of backed off and didn't want to commit any further. Sometimes that's pretty much all it takes. So they're just going to set up here. We don't see any aggressive movements with the choke either, so we're going to just settle into the first stalemate of the game just immediately, not wasting any time here before wasting time, I suppose. It's actually going to go super aggressive through the PC area right here. Kind of interested to see what they're going to do with this.
Yeah, it looks like he won't take some decent position. Nubby does go in, gets a decent amount of damage towards Karnax, but doesn't look like he's going to be using his own Uber. So, you know, good effort that was made. Everex managing to pick up Olga. Does actually open up if he wants to go in as well, but a smooth little strafe away, and he's to be backing all the way towards
Scout's hit on the side. He's on the medic. He's on the medic. Super aggressively. He's dancing so hard, and then the soldier comes in. There you go.
There we go, getting that force onto Karnax and even managing to pick up Deli as well. It's like you get the force, you get the demo, even trading 2 players for it. That's a very, very acceptable situation. And it doesn't look like 6 even want to back it up for just a second. You know, you could understand maybe wanting to back up a little bit. Soldier's going to go in, still not actually getting really any damage towards Jorge. Oh my god! He's hitting a mad shot today. He is actually just railing these players. They're going to take second for free? Like, they still have such a huge Uber advantage. There's 11 seconds on Rapid Alien. Like, they can just cap and go basically straight to last. The Frenchies are going to be pretty spooked by now.
They just wanted Jorge so bad, but they just couldn't get to him. So now they're just going to go in here. Still haven't used the Uber, by the way. They're already putting pressure on the time. There we go. Finally, people turn shiny. They're going to just do their absolute best to just get as much time as possible while just killing everyone off. The scout actually dies on the point here, so this is not over quite yet. They have basically taken one side each. And oh my god, look at this. They have held this off completely.
Wow, that's pretty incredible timing. Yeah, they looks like they just got their spawners in, just about managed to keep control of it, even with that massive cap time. Now they're going to be looking for this clean little push out, using Deli again though. Like, they've got this Uber, but a Demoman down, it makes it so hard. Nasboy, he wants to just keep basically walking in and see if he can at least force some kind of pressure. At least he does go down here, but not before Karnax.
And Uber actually goes off, and that wasn't a very successful Uber there from Mula. It didn't accomplish a whole lot. And instead, everyone has just gone down. Everex is a fat flank, just going to kill everyone off. Deli, he's alive, but only because he died first, so he got to respawn. Gets to set up some sticky traps, but that's the only thing he's got going for him.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. Once again, we're seeing 6 in a position to... I mean, this is basically their last push to fail at this point. They can go straight through 4 using much early this time. Want to conserve as much health they physically can. A couple stickies still towards points, but now it's going to be all these French players trying to walk out through a tiny little doorway. Nothing much they can do. 6 getting the first round here in this game and securing themselves a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, it just seemed like they had a really good beat on those team fights. Looking extremely strong. Just the way that they're able to just pack around Jorge just means that they're super strong in these fights, and they all go in together at the same time as well. So I've been really impressed with them so far. It definitely seemed like the stronger team just going from that very short stint.
Yeah, going into this mid now, we saw a little bit of pressure towards Deli. They want to keep him in the spawn queue, but he's going to weather the storm just for now. Nubby once again with a big old deep bomb, not really hitting that damage though, so he's going to be going down alongside his brother in arms, Voxy. But as always, the frags seem to get traded. We have the worst little demo 1v1 saved by Everex, and Nasboy hitting that little pipe. Gonna basically win 6 the mid here. You see a couple of these players basically just moving towards a choke, but there's no real chase they can do here. As long as we see the medic obviously get out with his scout alien, they'll be able to go all the way to last, make sure they've got that Uber for second. They'll have to set themselves up nice and quickly if they do want to hold this, but it looks like 6 won't be going too fast for the minute. They're not feeling super incentivized to do anything crazy. They're just gonna keep themselves chilled towards this choke point.
Yeah, a more aggressive team might actually try to just try to take a whole bunch of space, trying to get in immediately. But Six, they seem much more comfortable with just taking it slowly here. I'm going to try and see if they can catch out this soldier, but a second soldier comes in, does their best. Yeah, there we go. I think Gassy thought the first soldier that he hit was the one he was trying to run at, but they had actually swapped soldiers. Barely as the soldier is going to go in. That's Olga, try to counter-sack, but doesn't manage to get in onto the medic at all.
No, basically, you know, he jumps through, takes 1 million damage, dies, and then it's just sometimes the life of the soldier class in 2020. Nobby, he's going to be experiencing the same fate, does get that little scooper. Little bit of a chance there, but doesn't have time to shoot off that rocket, so still no Ubers getting used. A lot of damage being dealt on either side. There's quite a few different situations where there's players just about 50 health away from dying here.
Okay. Takes down Everx. Nifty little rocket, but Nasboy got the trap set up for him to make sure that they cannot come in here. These teams, they're so aggressive in the way they play these choke points. They keep sending in suiciders, even if they're like down a guy. If the enemy are not positioned well, they will just go in. Here we go. Nobby's going to try to get in there as well. He just walks in, no respect at all. Someone just walked through a sticky trap and survived. Lucky for them, Demoman was not really watching it. So this would be a good time to go for some sort of sack, but Olga might be up to some shenanigans here. He might just come out here and spy.
Yeah, I feel like after a certain point in time, you've got to kind of feel sorry for sending your single Roma sacks in, you know. At a certain point, you're just kind of bullying one of your friends. So I feel like the Olga spy is it's a very, very acceptable decision to make. And, you know, considering how aggressive we're seeing Six play... Oh no. Okay. Okay, Olga's he's not a sneaky spy at all. Unlucky.
Yeah, you're not supposed to walk into a rock, but there comes this double soldier bombing. Nice little surf from the medic. Ooh. He's so weak though, but he has him pop. Really important there. Mula on 20 HP, but he does survive. Look at how just empty and barren the second point is, but yeah, they're not going to send in any more players, and Olga also is not able to get in there with the counter sack either. So, I mean, that was a soldier sack, but it didn't actually do a whole lot to move this match.
Yeah, like... credit where it's due, yeah, like Mula, he was so aware of how many rockets they had available, how much time they'd have left, like not using on that 20 HP, super calculated. You could see, like, even by how he's looking at the soldiers, like that was, you know, it's not like the flashiest play, but that's really, really solid medicing there from Mula, so good stuff to see going on, but we are now back with a 6v6. Nobby has no off switch ever. He is perpetually trying to find a situation to try and jump in, do whatever. They have been getting nice and aggressive towards PC, because again, the damage is decent, but Gazzy the second he's trying to do anything, you know, there's too many people holding down these doorways, too much splash damage, too many people preventing him from being able to walk in for free, so once again, slight man advantage for the Frenchies. Olga's going to be going in, not hitting those aerial rockets. We're going to continue our game of sack back and forth.
Rip Olga's KD is all I'm saying, but yeah, you can definitely see that Six seem to have just like this strategy where they try to send in a scout from top and then a soldier from lower. That seems like... that smells like map talk to me, and they're just being really aggressive about it. This soldier's actually being kind of chased down, and that's the scout. He's made his way in through lower. He's going to actually just fight the soldier in there, and now he's going to come in from behind as well, as the Uber exchange has come in from the front here. So as long as this scout is behind lines, this could be really dicey for the Frenchies.
Yeah, quite possibly. We see Roxy getting super far forward, getting this height on point, which is so important as a scout, getting into that decent position. But it's actually, the first two frags are going to go the way of the Frenchies. Ooh, okay, it does look like the scouts on the side of Six are going to be picking up the later frags and should be securing this just about, forcing these players out through one. Oh my god. Oh my god, they don't want to stop. Please, boys, please do not fight them in an enclosed area. They need to get onto this high ground. He's getting Everett's. He can't survive ever.
No, Soldier coming from behind. Everett with the flank. Takes down the medic. So now this is going to be a complete wash from the Frenchies. This is just not good for them. And I will just say, we're calling them Frenchies because they have outdone themselves with this team name. It is like actually impronounceable.
You're going to give it a go? You're going to even try?
No, let me find... I need to read this out loud, otherwise it's impossible.
Well, while all this is happening, this is Six just stomping straight on into last. Basically no French players alive there. Spawn's not quite looking hot. Going to be securing themselves a second little round here. And yeah, we're only actually a few minutes into this game. This is about 10 minutes in, so a lot of time still for the Frenchies to get going on things, but it does seem like ultimately these stalemates are just going more favorably towards 6 in the end. So
yeah, les cuniculiculteurs cumixaphilistes. That's how it's pronounced. There you go.
that was truly incredible. Much like Nubby's third bomb in, going for these big bombs, still not getting any actual frags itself. This is looking hot for the Frenchies. They lost their medic early on, but every other frag seems to be going their way. They're not even going to take 1v1s versus Ghazi. See, this is the smart fundamentals right here, you know? They're not
why
taking 1v1s.
kill the scout? What do you gain from killing him? Not much.
They're playing the game. I love it. I love it. The only thing which obviously has to be factored in is the fact that obviously the longer he does live, ever so slightly more annoying he's going to be, because he's actually towards second here. There is that threat of getting onto Mula, so he drags back 2 players, and he knows that the heals are still basically by spawn, so there could have been an opportunity if 6 did want to kind of gig a hard commit forward, but doesn't look like they're going to. Even losing Nubby now on the flank, like, a little bit questionable. The rotation of the heals does seem to work, and then even that's why picking up Adian. The second the Frenchies seem to get something good going, it's actually 6 managing to get 2 more frags in, even opening up a little bit. They know they have a slight advantage. Maybe they just build and go on the dot, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately right there, Orca didn't manage to stay alive on the flank after he got that nice pick. So I think they just felt like they had to retreat, because otherwise they could get flanked. They didn't have that many players alive, unfortunately, so they were in danger of being flanked, and they just took the consequence and went back in there. It was a pretty nice jump in from Delhi. He took a lot of space. Just really just got the demanding position on defense. Just had super good view of everything. And they probably could have just gone in, but, yeah, the flank would have definitely been dangerous to them. So, looks like we have another push in.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a lot of people peeking and prodding towards IT. I'm trying to work out what's happening with Nubby. Every time I keep seeing Nubby, he seems to just be standing still, staring at a corner. Okay, he is back. No idea what was going on there. I was a little bit worried, considering people were moving towards IT, but you're going to be back to normal. Raf, he goes for that. Not a big bomb. Not a big bomb. He's going to go for ramps not working properly, but it looks like the Frenchies are feeling like they must be proactive. They are 2 rounds down. They haven't found much success. They need to find something a little bit that works. It looks like they're going to go for the classic fake sack into the real sack on Raf, but he hits 0 damage, and it doesn't go too well.
There's just a wall of scouts in there. Exactly, I got the counter jump in. Oh, Nubby.
That was meaty rockets from Nubby. That was fat as well. Even securing some additional frags here on Nasboy. Oh my days, Mula's going to be feeling that tomorrow. And now they're just walking straight through this choke point, uncontested for free. Straight up taking mid. Does look like Mula's going to spawn in time for second, but they can just keep on trucking here, keep on walking straight through. If they can take second for free,
like the entire time, and he was like, he's not going to do 102, but it did. Soldier's gonna try and come in here for the sack. Oh, second soldier gets the drop in a row. So what the hell are we gonna make of this fight? This is gonna be so scrappy.
It is. It's like they've got the heals on the side of the Frenchies, but they've got so many doorways to go through. They've got no soldiers at all. It looks like they're actually just gonna chill and play the ad. It was good stuff, but it isn't gonna keep them a hold of second. It's only about a 40% advantage. So it's gonna be one of those. You've kind of got to push on the dot and hope things go pretty well, because we might easily find ourselves in a bit of a leapfrog situation. The Frenchies actually seem to want to go slightly off the Uber. I respect this a lot, actually. The flank as well. Yeah, both Nubby and Everex getting taken down. That is super, super nice. The 300 IQ stickies from Nasboy are going to make their push not quite as good, but taking control a second and still having this advantage to go off. They can look to keep going towards mid here, but they've got to be fast.
Yeah, very brave of them there, and they really paid off. Medic barely surviving. Mula, once again, just surviving on 20 HP. He's going to come in here and actually completely caught them off. Medic doesn't quite die, but he's not out of the woods just yet. But here comes the counter Uber, and so many people are in so deep. And looks like the scout's going to be the first one to go down. Medic down. Gassy comes in with the fat flank, and now he's just going to try to clean up. Alien will kill him, but other than that, he is just completely alone as the rest of the team is wiped, and surely he's going to die here as well. He's doing some dancing, but eventually gets taken down.
That was pretty scary, honestly. The other side of 6, they were so close to getting that Uber. Maybe, you know, if they'd been about a second or two earlier push on the Frenchies, they wouldn't have gone quite as well. But I mean, it worked out for them, you know. Everything went well the second they got that Uber off, and now they find themselves big old Uber advantage, already peeking and prodding, trying to see if they can spam down this sentry that's going to be set up. And this should just be this should just be just the cleanest little push. They can be going through forward, jumping in nice and deep. Again, it's been no gun he's dealing with. Sticky still towards point, so moving towards his left-hand side, trying to get some big old frags. The damage that's been dealt is pretty acceptable right now, and the soldiers on the height. It's only really this heavy here. Somehow, they've been trading back and forth, and
no, the heavy tyranny. This is so annoying. Like, he can just sit there and spam all his ammo, and then he's probably gonna get the whole.
I'm surprised by that. I thought that was going pretty well for them. I guess they will get another shot here and that they killed the medic, but surprisingly solid defense.
They could have definitely committed there and probably gotten it, but they got the medic, so they just decided to go for the quote-unquote safe play.
Yeah.
And they're just going to take it slow. They're actually going to have to take down the Syndicate again. The more times that they take that out, the better it's going to be, because it's not going to be fully up, and they have about 90% Uber right here, so they're just gearing up to get in. You can see they're already in lobby. Scouts are peeking. They see the Sentiment going up, so they know exactly where it is. So I think we're just going to see this demo man just getting jumped in aggressively.
Yep, he's going to try. I think his sticky actually's got shot out from underneath him, so it's actually going to be going left a little bit right at the end. They're taking down the medic once again. They can afford to play slowly at this point. They can play the hills for as long as they need. Still 10 seconds before Mula's going to be respawning. The Heavy's going to have to get forced into spawn, so now they can start taking this position straight towards point. All the Frenchies in spawn. Super nice and clinical push there from 6.
Yeah, as soon as the demo man went down, they just instantly capped it. It was a pretty good effort there, but the first thing that went wrong was, of course, the Mula got picked off and then just backed off, spammed them out, and then as soon as they got the demo man picked, they just charged onto the point where there's just no way anyone was ever going to get there. So 3-0, 6 are definitely looking very strong. What's this jump in from Delhi? I wasn't even looking. That was so aggressive.
Oh, I respect it a lot, right? I respect it. It's like, right, either I die immediately or you die immediately. And it was Delhi getting the short end of the straw there. The rest of the team, I mean, I respect it. You know, it's like a full commit mid on your demo man. And then the rest of the team's like, right, not interested anymore. We're just going to chill on second.
He wasn't on the jumper, right? That was just like a sticky.
That was just a sticky.
Because sometimes, like, Process is one of those maps where you can go in. Oh my god, huge air shot. Somehow he got arrowed at the same time, so Zoltan just takes 0 damage. So Olga somehow didn't die from that air shot. But that was a great shot, for sure. And actually, they're going to just push them back out.
Yeah, weathering the storm here. They had to just keep delaying things as long as they could to get their Demo Man spawning. Now it looks like it's going to be a cheeky little, I was going to say trade actually towards point, but somehow they managed to trade players, but still have a massive Uber advantage on the side of the Frenchies. Even picking up Gazzy there. There's been no scouts at all on the side of 6. So suddenly, I mean, you know, 6 right there, they were expecting to take just a nice little equal trade. By weathering the storm there, they've taken out both scouts. They should just be looking to try and take this for free, but bit of a disaster. Nubby's going to get in, manage to force the Uber, and
escape? What?
Escape? No, there's no way he escapes. He does it!
He gets out on 19 HP. And they get
And the thing is, like, with that commit as well, right? Like, they committed so many players so deep there anyway. It's now actually a little bit scary if they want to take and keep a hold of mid, because they were like, they had next to no camp out. They had to stand on point, and look how much damage they're taking moving towards choke. Losing Delhi again. That's actually, like, just dragging those players back. That was actually super fat.
Yeah, that was so much damage going into that choke. And Delhi, he was actually pretty healthy, but it didn't even matter. They're going to take in the scout super aggressively. They want to win. The medic is really far forward, but can he make it into spawn? It's pretty close, but yes, gets the respawn behind there. That's going to save him, but a lot of players have actually gone down here as well. They might go in super aggressively onto the demo man. Nope, Fox take. You're not going to be able to get away with that. Not that much. So it's actually an Uber advantage right now for the defending team, but they might have to use the super just to defend last.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yep, Uber is going to get used here. They'll guarantee get some good few frags here, and that's why eventually getting taken down. But Jorge's going to be getting out with his scout. It was the only real important part of that play there. As long as they force off the Uber and get their own medic out, they don't have to even worry too much about second, you know? They'll get Nasboy perhaps. Not people just about get back spawns, but picking up Delhi and now Raph means that it doesn't even matter. They've got themselves a man advantage, a big old Uber advantage. I mean, if they're big boys, they look to take this for free, right? Take this for free, start moving towards last with the Uber advantage, and they're doing exactly that. The Frenchies have no choice. They got to back up. They don't have the spam. If this is clinical, this is going to be a good push. I'm going to be feeling like Six's chances going deeper into this competition.
Yeah, the choke was just so open. There was just no way they were ever going to get denied from that. But we're just going to get this Uber straight in here. Demon actually goes down immediately. That huge. He was actually in spawn when he got hit by that snake. The scout on the point. That was quick. That was about as clinical as it can get.
Yeah, like it's just really, really good fundamentals in terms of like some of these last pushes, some of these taking points for free. Like whenever you're playing an Uber-centric game, which kind of basically all games of TF2 have to be, doing stuff like taking points for free when you have an advantage just based off the fear of it and the man advantage, it's so good to see. And
the Devil Man's getting jumped so aggressively. Does die actually to Nassport's sniper sticky there. That's huge.
Yeah, we've seen Nassport actually jumping super deep. Doesn't really hit any much damage, and he will get chased down by a scout, so maybe slightly too aggressive. Maybe the one play from the Delhi playbook you don't want to try and reenact? Perhaps, you know, and it's going to be Frenchies charging on forward. And a very, very sneaky little Gazzy. No one's actually seen him yet. If they can perhaps distract from point.
They know he's around, but they haven't been able to find him. Okay. There we go. Like, they definitely knew about him. They were looking like very suspiciously around corners and stuff, trying to sniff him out, but he managed to get out. He got an air from his medic and then just walked out. So that's cool. Nice little play there. It's always cool when you see people just like act super suspicious about everything here. So we actually got this big bomb in. That's the fake one. Here comes the real one onto the medic, but goes down. No way he was ever getting anything close.
No, yeah, that was 2 scouts on 185. He didn't even get to touch the floor. He basically didn't stand a chance in hell. And if you're the Frenchies right now, you've got to be a little bit worried. 8 minutes left to go and a 4-round disadvantage. It's looking scary. Olga just tries to waltz through the flank, try and see if he can maybe get a frag and then get behind or something. That's not going to happen. He's going to get taken down. Everex doing the same this time on choke, but he won't manage to find his way through either. So it's going to continue a little bit of a stalemate for the minute. Like I said, this is time which, from Six's point of view, they can play this all day if they want to. You know, they can keep sitting there picking up Frenchie frags whenever they want to, and just keep on ticking this clock down. The closer it gets to 0, the closer it is to just winning a clean 4-0.
It seems like both teams are very uncomfortable with having 6 players alive at the same time. They're very quick to send in these suicides. Here comes the soldier. Actually, super quick. Oh my god. There's that's some puckered asshole right there from the magic. You can just feel it, and he's gonna get forced. So many people died.
That was such a crazy little situation. Nobby stayed alive forever. He was bringing some players back, so both Ubers got used, but the Frenchies had a much worse at the end of the stick just then. They lost 3 of their players. Now, even with getting their forward spawns, there's going to be so many of these 6 players towards the high ground. Once again, Olga is being sent into the spawn queue, and it's kind of like a situation where they have no choice but to fight. They don't have time to just sit around, so the Frenchies are like, right, well, if this is where we make our stand, this is where it'll have to be. Oh, because he's just going to run forward and take down Delhi, and Casey's going to be picking up Mula, so it's just not going to be happening. They're not quite hitting the shots they need to today. The only real risk would have been Raph getting onto Jorge, but that's not going to happen either.
It was always going to be a difficult fight. This soldier's so weak as well, just refusing to die. I'm pretty sure Nobby is just completely unkillable. That's what it seems like, at least. Just no matter what the situation is, he just gets out with 20 HP every time. No matter. It's fun. It's fine.
It's crazy. He's got some like really good kind of like some of the micros of movement, you know, kind of like whipping out the escape plan for like a second just to, you know, get like a cheeky little run around a corner and stuff like that. It's really tiny stuff, but it's super important. This time though, we have a getting used straight through upper IT. Boxy, as always, hungry for the chase, picking up Olga, who seems to just be the canary for the Frenchies at this point. First death in most situations. Nobby's going to go deep for a bomb to try and pick up Mula, but instead he's going to get Delhi. Not too unhappy about that. It's crispy little rockets. Going to be securing this 5-0 to the side of Six in a very dominant fashion.
Yeah, that was very impressive play by Six. There were like a few hiccups here and there, but overall, they just looked absolutely fantastic on this map.
Yeah, undeniably. Not 100% certain in terms of how the picks and bans went, but I'd be thinking right now that 6 would be yeah, this seems to be a map which 6 are just incredibly happy playing. Obviously, you know, you would generally consider 6 to be the fairly clear favourites here, with the Frenchies kind of finishing the Prem season about mid-table, and obviously 6 making it into the grand final. Currently just having a little look in the server and watching the most Prem player thing happen.
If there's a heavy fist fight, we need to watch this. So
yes.
Be ready to swap. We're getting ready. It looks like Nobby is the champion. And
Nobby and Karnax. Oh my days. This is gonna be the heavy fist fight of the century. This is it. This is for all of the marbles right now. They can be getting themselves prepared up. They're gonna be I mean it's DM, so this is going to be a little bit weird. Are they not even going to ready up the config?
Are they just going to offer bananas to one another? Alright. You have to eat like a sandwich or something. Okay, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Oh.
Full damage so far. They're going to be looking pretty hot so far. Just seem to be Karnax again that little bit weaker. It's only one punch, so... But it's actually equalized right now. They're so weak. One punch, and it's going to be Karnax! Destroying the competition, winning it for his team. Oh my days! Did he even have to play the rest of the map?
A heavy fist fighting champion of Prem. That's Karnax. That's the main thing he can put on his CV. But yeah, so there we go. Looks like they're gonna go red.
Okay, right. Gonna be going live in just a couple seconds. We didn't have time for it last time, but let's do a quick 20-second prediction. Beta, do you think this is gonna be 6 dominating on through?
That would be my prediction. I'm gonna be cheeky and say it's gonna be 3-1. I think you know, this is a very different map. So even though you've seen kind of the strength level between these two teams, I'm just gonna go ahead and predict that at some point the Frenchies they're gonna find their kind of some form and get a round off of this. So that's my bold prediction.
I like that bold prediction. I was going to say that as well, so I'm a little bit disappointed. Yeah, why not? I'm going to say a 3-1 as well for the side. See Karnax, the man himself, starting off on sniper here. Olga on scout and a full cookie cutter lineup for 6 as Delhi's arrived mid nice and quickly, getting a cheeky little bit of early damage towards Nasboy. Both soldiers on the side of 6 going to be going super deep. They're both going behind though, not for that big damage. So it's an opportunity the Frenchies want to try and go forward, and they have actually already picked up Jorge, but losing Mula immediately after.
Oh, what a pipe from Delhi though. That just changes everything. One pipe to rule them all. This soldier's going to get floated. Everex down. And look at that. That's a mid. They ran sniper to mid, and the sniper did nothing, and it didn't matter.
Just like that, winning the mid with 5. Is this perhaps a sign for the future? The Frenchies they actually do better when they have a disadvantage, perhaps. Do you find themselves in an exactly equal position, both in terms of players and Ubers? Obviously, the Karnax sniping from China, pretty standard spot to be doing things. And it will be a bit of an opportunity for 6 if they want to try and move forward, take some position towards point. But yeah, Delhi's hitting these pipes, both Everex and Nubby going down. Way too aggressive for the rest of their team. Izzy as well is going to be going in deep, but getting basically no damage at all on anyone. And the Frenchies is just going to keep ticking this clock down.
You can think of this as a suicide wave, but you can also think of it as a botched push, because there was no uber advantage or disadvantage going into this. So if they just took a normal fight, they would have an opportunity to take this. But I mean, you could also just think of it as soon as the actual push failed, just turn it into a sack wave. And once again, like, the ubers are even, so they can probably just take a fight. But this sniper will force them into like committing at some point, which is very uncomfortable to push into.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to see this Uber go on forward now. The soldier, ooh, cheeky little wall shot there from Nubby, going to be picking up Karnax, but slightly better Uber on the side of the Frenchies. But actually, it's going to be 6 managing to take almost complete control of point. The soldier jumping now can get some really nice damage towards point, but it's still not quite being cleaned up. The repush from the Frenchies is looking super hot right now, getting one after another, and
oh, he lands with the med kit.
Dude, Nasboy with the strafes!
Lands on it perfectly. But yeah, once again, man, Daly just came in there and looked like he was overextending, but he was actually just piping down Jorge. So this heal advantage immediately goes to his team. And now they're going to have this nice Uber advantage. They don't quite have it yet. They're on 80%, but they're going to have to probably just... I assume this is a sack wave. Send in a soldier on the left side. They're actually going to take down Wrath. So the door is now open for him to just come in here and put on a ton of pressure and maybe get the Uber Force out.
Oh my god, pressure is exactly the name of it. They managed to just pressure all the way forward to, like, take point and get 2 players, and they still want to go forward. They have 0 respect for this Uber advantage. They've actually just killed basically everyone, forced off the Uber. Now, they do lose Nubby and Gazy, but I mean, Alien can't chase forever. He's got no choice but to try and back up a little bit, at least wait for this soldier who's going to get floated once again. Not quite hitting these shots, Aliens. Oh my days.
That was a bit too aggressive, I think. They didn't quite have enough people there. They didn't have buffs, and everyone else was just looking so ready there on 6. So I think that was a bit of an overextension there. They got a bit too eager on the French side. But they might not be done yet. So the medic is still in pretty deep, but he in too deep, and he just gets Ubered and jumped on. And yeah, there we go. Demo Man might even not make it out. Nope, not at all. So much too big of a commitment right there for the Frenchies. And 6, they're going to capitalize on it really effectively.
Yeah, this is going to turn into only about a 15% advantage or so. And it doesn't look like they're even going to be too keen on forward holding. That it's going to be towards point. So no necessity for that pyro we just saw. They're going to be playing fairly cookie cutter along with still having Karnax on sniper. He's going to be hitting a cheeky little headshot, but not actually going to be securing a frag just yet. It's going to be scary if they want to try and commit through. We do see both the soldiers commit deep on the side of 6, but they're not really getting anything for it. That was overly aggressive. Now they don't really have the spam towards point. It's 6 having to play the Uber game at this point. 95%. They want to try and block this a little bit, but the 2-shot from Olga going to take down Voxy. And this
really
Uber
well played. Really well played there. They got the Uber Force out, got their own medic back safely. They have the sniper alive. They basically only lost the demo man there. Now they're going to just be able to move forward and capture the point, and time is ticking down, and they're almost ahead. Look at this. They're going to be very quickly. What a their shot there from the soldier. Everex takes down Olga. It's a really crisp rocket there.
Oh, the nuke. Deli's jumping and hits one pipe. He's getting the roll, and he gets the stick. Oh, goodness. It's such a shame they basically had loads of other people die as well, so, you know.
Yeah, Everex going to dance around with the skill stick there. Not going to quite get taken down. Looks like they're just going to cap there. Everex, you're just going to have to sit in queues forever there on spawns. It's fine. So now time is ticking down. It's 33 seconds on the side of the Frenchies, and we're about to pass 40 seconds here for 6, so this is very close. They have a soldier sitting forward in house who has not been spotted. Look like he's going to come in here onto the medic. Hits one rocket.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Thankfully, Voxy follows up, does secure the frag, so they're going to take down the hills, but as seems to be the way they do things, they basically kind of bait the soldiers a little bit for that. They're going to be playing this Uber advantage once again, letting the Frenchies get control of point. I mean, this is a sensible decision. Doesn't make it not scary either, because the more that clock goes down, the scarier it's going to be to try and keep a hold of everything. Uber's now moving up towards point. It is going to get used now as well. All these Frenchies were so far away, and there's no big jumps coming in. They will manage to... Oh, what a nasty little headshot. Oh, my days. It's going everywhere, Peter.
Yeah, unfortunately, the medic went down as well. And they might not be able to recapture him in time. They don't have any time onto it. If you get someone to just stand on the boat for a little bit, time will build up, and then you have extra time. You see a scout trying to get onto it, but no, not in time. 6, they're going to take it, but nail biter off a round right there. If any minor thing went slightly differently, the Frenchies could have definitely won this round.
Yeah, 100%. This is not a clear-cut game by any means. It's one round, but there's still plenty more to go. We're seeing Karnax still staying on the sniper, but Nubby joining him now as well. So, what a sniper v sniper, hot viaduct action for you here. Both teams not looking to commit overly early. First headshot is going to be straight onto Karnax, though. So, Nubby's making his presence known and getting some dominance here on the side of the old sniper v sniper duel. The Frenchies taking so much damage towards his right-hand side. They're nowhere near towards point. Nubby! Just by hitting the headshot, but it's actually on Olga.
Get down, Mr. President. Yeah, saves his medic there a little bit, maybe, perhaps. Not sure. But, yeah, once again, 6, they just managed to overpower that left side with the tunnel in it. Really well done there. Jumped in a soldier. Scout will run in through as well, and then they got a scout in behind, and that really split up the attention there. But it looks like we're going to get the Karnax snipe onto Gassy there to really turn the tide as well.
Oh! disaster! Oh, that is the exact worst case scenario if you're on the side of the Frenchies right now. You get that opening pick and then you drop your Uber, so now you've got no people towards point, you have no health, you have no real opportunity to keep a hold of this. Thankfully, they'll take down Nubby, so they do get at least a slight crack in the
they can run in with
hold.
no fear, so they can go in very aggressively and they won't get sniped, so they don't have to care about sidelines. That's going to take the demo man down super low at least, and the Soldier's going to jump in here, so this is actually a really successful V-push. That sniper pick was actually just so important, because if there's a sniper, you can't just run in your medic willy-nilly, but now they could. And those heals being pumped into this team just made such a huge difference there. So they managed to take the point. Now they have a sniper sitting back. Ubers are pretty much even. Like a 10% advantage. I mean, unless you're fire tech, you don't really push on that. So I think we're just going to get ready for a sniper duel or a normal Uber fight.
I'm watching the most incredible sniper duel ever. Nubby eventually getting the better end of things, meaning they can try and move towards point, but not before he gets taken down by Sticky. So it is actually a slightly better Uber advantage for Dix here. There's a lot of frags you need to keep constantly turning to try and do things. Muller's actually getting caught all the way towards house. The meaty shots from Voxy. It's going to be cleaning up these remaining players. Scrappy situation, but Six getting by far the better end of things. Timing is still looking fairly close now. They will manage to build themselves up a little bit of an Uber advantage, especially getting that medic so late here. So this might be the first slightly comfortable situation for them to be in. Ooh.
Well, all that comfortability is quite out the window as Karnak just continues to just snipe people. 2 players down, that's going to mean that they can just move forward here. And this is crucially before Ubers kick in, because the Frenchies, they have an Uber disadvantage here, but when the Uber is below 100%, it doesn't matter what the Uber is at. You can't really use it for anything. So now they're going to have this Uber disadvantage that they're going to have to deal with, but they're going to have to deal with it from a defensive standpoint instead of pushing into an Uber. And that makes a huge difference. This is much more comfortable for them.
Yeah, 100%, especially because they still have their sniper. They'll force this Uber to have to get used fairly early. At least will generally have to. That deep soldier's actually going to do a great deal for it. And actually, it's incredible how much that one soldier did, just forcing back Karnak. They're even going to actually get the first use on the side of the Frenchies. Granted, they committed a lot of players to it. They've still got their own Uber, they've still got control of point. Their spawners will be coming in a swift 5 seconds. Now their own Uber gets used towards point. The rest of the Frenchies will be scattering, so it doesn't look like one of those big full commit kind of plays. It will turn into a bit of a scrappy fight. All this time it is still going down on the side of Six. The more they delay things, the better it is from their point of view. The pipes raining out from Nasboy. Yeah, that's got to scare you. That's got to scare you. The side of the Frenchies there just taking more and more and more damage. They've surely just got to back up.
Yeah, at that point, as soon as the demo just got bull rushed for those scouts, it was pretty much over for that fight. Connor's going to try to see if he could be sneaky and get in there, but not sneaky enough, and now Nobby, he's going to just be the reigning sniper on the map, completely free, open, trying to actually look. He's really far forward. He's standing up on that little windowsill. See if he can find a funny angle there, but yeah, he's not going to find anything. And if he's that far forward, when the fighting starts, he's just going to die immediately. But he will back off here. There was another sniper duel going. It's actually just going to be an Uber exchange.
Yep, that big Uber is going to be going in. Delhi is going to be the first casualty of it, which means with this big Uber repush, I mean, it's 15 seconds left right now. Even the body shot on a Jorge, it's all going to come down to fragging classes right now. You can't really play the heal advantage when you've got only about 10 seconds to do it. And Muller's all by himself getting chased down. The 18 health Olga is going to stand next to no chance here. He's going to try and down. See
Get him, get him, get him.
And he'll get a second! Olga!
Jesus Christ, Olga. Alright.
It's a shame it didn't matter.
Yeah,
but it was still pretty fat.
That was really fat. That was some heroic plays there. Yeah, I think that was really just decided when Delhi jumped in super deep in the middle of that Uber exchange, and he just ended up standing next to the opponent's like shiny players, and then he just immediately died once the Ubers ended. So that was way too deep for him. He didn't need to actually go in there to get any kind of effect in the fight, and then his team was lost. But Nasbo is going to get sniped by Connex here on this first mid immediately.
Yep, going to make things, I mean, the prolonged spam is going to be all in the way of the Frenchies right now. They're even doing well to weather the storm of both these soldiers. You saw, as soon as they lose their demo, Six is like, right, We'll commit our boys nice and deep, try and see if we can get the medic. If not, we'll just back up, keep it nice and chill. Frenchie's weathering the storm really, really well.
Gas is
He's going to
behind.
be, yeah, taking a little 1v1, winning it as well. The body shot will take him down, but that's still not actually that bad, considering he's going to spawn a good 8 seconds earlier than Olga.
Yeah, this is the advantage of not owning the point, so to speak. You get much faster respawns there, so if you trade 1 for 1, it's all in your favor. Soldier's in behind line, not going to be able to get to the medic, but made him walk forward here, so this was going to be pretty easy to achieve, and this sniper's going to get jumped by EverX, but not going to go down here as well, so this is a really nice hold right now for the Frenchies. They're just holding on to it. Ubers are completely even. They have this sniper locking down sight lines, and they're just holding the point with some nice sticky traps overall, so they are just getting some really precious time off the point right now, and they're about a minute ahead of their opponents at this point.
Yeah, that's really, really important. Obviously, you know, they are 2 rounds down at the minute. They can just keep some semblance of control. Things will be looking okay. As I say that, they do lose 1 player, but quickly managing to equalize things, especially taking down Voxy, such an important player on the side of 6. Won't make it too bad, but it comes down to the position time and time again. Seems to be that 6 are just getting a slightly better position towards point. Headshots still raining out, so it should be the Frenchies looking for their big repush. The EverX all the way behind. He has been spotted though, so it's going to be limited what he can manage to do. And yeah, he's just going to get taken down now.
Found him, man. That was a real spam fight, just arching above the high ground there and finding him. He was going to die to something. He wasn't very healthy and he was spotted and everything. Not going to quite make it in there. His team might want to wait for him to come back. He's already spawned, so that just goes to show how fast it is. Oh, it is even Ubers. They're going to still be pushing into a sniper. There we go. This Uber is going to come in. Actually, popped Uber out pretty late. They're going to send a soldier in behind line. Will actually get down the sniper. So that's pretty well done there from 6, getting the best out of a pretty bad Uber.
Yeah, really not too bad. But I mean, now suddenly they find themselves 3 down, nowhere near the point at all. It's going to be, yeah, just backing all the way towards Cliff. I mean, I don't know what's going too different this round, at least. I don't know, it just seems like the Frenchies are so much better at weathering these storms. Like, obviously, once you have control of point, you don't need to worry about being overly aggressive. You just need to keep on holding indefinitely. And so far, that's keeping that clock ticking on down.
Oh, Delhi, though, gets taken down by that soldier just jumped in. So Delhi getting picked off in these fights have really been the key catalyst for all of 6's success so far in these rounds. And that was a really egregious example of it right there. It's really unfortunate. The sniper's still gonna try to lock down these areas, just making it difficult to actually push in here. We have a sniper duel going, and have had it going the entire game. It looks like Vox, I guess, is gonna be the first casualty here. As the Frenchies, they're gonna just put time onto the point. They're gonna try and edge it out.
Yeah, they really, really want to, but 6 has no interest in letting them do that. They can take the Uber straight towards point, picking up Alien as well. But Karnak's just, I mean, he's not going for the flashy headshots. He's like, dude, I'm just going to body shot for everyone.
Oh,
see
that's
the scout lock into the skybox. Oh my god, they're getting mulched right now.
Did Gazi actually kill the medic, like, after getting just launched into the skybox there?
I have no idea. Did that happen? I can't believe that happened. I did not even
he didn't
see
kill anything, but then I looked at the kill feed, and I'm pretty sure that Mula died from a scout, and like that scout was in deep, alright. He just got launched into them. They get the point out. Just 30 seconds remaining. They're about a minute ahead of their opponent. Really good job so far. This soldier's going to create it for sure. There you go. These goes down. But the Frenchies, they're still kind of in here, trying to spam out some 6's players as they move in.
Yeah, this is it. You know, once again, name of the game, just keep on spamming things. 8 seconds left on the clock. Jorge's just about going to be getting his Uber. They're going to have to just do the most almighty dot push. They need to get towards point. Nasboy dying midway through his jump. Ruler at least does get taken down. They're obviously having to get time onto this point, so they're forcing it into overtime for the Frenchies. Even getting the medic there, even getting control of point, you know, everything's looking nice and chill. Everything's happy, right? But there's still 1 minute 40 where all the Frenchies have to do is just like stand on point, right? Like,
yeah,
if they get a single cap, that's
once
it.
it reaches 0. This is a really important distinction. If there was 1 second on the cap timer, that would be very different from 0. Once they cap it from 0, it's over immediately. And here comes this big push in here where they try their best. They just need to cap it out, but you know, 6, they don't let it come easy to them as they just jump in soldiers left and right here. But Jorge goes down to Wrath. That's a huge pick, and now they can just play around this heal advantage here with the Frenchies.
Yeah, well, this is it. They get to decide now what they want to do. Do they play heal advantage? Do they play uber advantage? They can even partially do both. Looks like they just want to keep going towards point, focusing down all these players with their scouts. Aliens mulching 3 players there and securing this first round win here on Viaduct. That is definitely a bit of a, well, I want to say return to form, but we haven't really seen the Frenchies doing that so far at all in this series. So, really, really solid stuff getting this first round and possibly their first in a long series of steps to try and take this away from 6.
Yeah, the sniper has been working out really well for them. Soldiers keep jumping in and not really killing him. Not like Con is just going crazy with his sniper all the time, but he does a really good job of staying alive. And it looks like Raf's going to get taken down, so this could actually be the end of it. But there we go, Connex having an effect, but they're barely get taken down by this aggression. And now at this point, the Frenchies, they just need to get the hell out of there. This scout gets popped up, taken down by MX. It's going to wall shut it out, and they might even go for the forward hold here. They have a lot of players alive.
Yeah, there's no reason why not. They can get into that little forward position, but it doesn't look like they're feeling quite comfortable just yet.
Probably because they have a sniper. That usually makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, we actually saw the pyro there. Yeah, they were pushing out with the pyro from Alien. That usually means that they expect the forward hold to be there, but there was none. So he's gonna just go back and switch back to the scout there.
Oh my days, Nobby has these angles. He's been, they've been doing their little map reviews, but actually, it's just going to be an aggressive Uber going straight on in, picking up coup frags. Muller's not even used yet. We'll just about have to, at least trading these frags out. That was a really, really aggressive play from the side of 6. It's now Jorge trying desperately to escape from this demo man, which he somehow manages to do. This is the most unconventional way of trying to hold this ever. Now Alien in a 1v1, and he walks away because they still have people on point. Nasboy's there, like suddenly randomly on the midpoint, just like, I don't know, man.
They just dropped out of the sky onto the medic, and yeah, they panic. It was probably the right decision there for Alien to run back. It looks kind of silly to have a medic in front of you, but he had no ammo at all. Like both pistol and his shotgun was just out, so you need to reload a bunch, and then it can be difficult to kill a medic in time running back towards usable effort. Once again, Delhi's so far forward there, almost dying there. Looked like he's going to get away with it this time around. And the Everex going down as well. This is going to make it extremely dicey. I think they're going to turn this into a suicide wave. Actually, just gets the soldier or the sniper down, and there you go, Nobby. That's always surviving for a really long time, but before eventually going down.
This is kind of like insane right now how much 6 are playing around like these spawns, right? Like they somehow managed to keep that fight going on so long that they got their spawns. The Ubers are now being traded. They still haven't quite capped point, but they're just capping as they have 6 up now. So suddenly it's really, really scary for them. If they lose a single player, then it might just be the opportunity for the Frenchies to go straight on in. Nasboy even nearly dies there. So, oh god, the damage has been... It's exceptional right now. Everything's looking so hot for the Frenchies. If they can keep going forward, but then Nasboy does a million damage as well. Okay, right. Surely they will have to take a break for just a second. Frenchies recapping, keeping their clock ticking down. Whew, they need to relax. They need to relax right now. They're stressing me out.
Yeah, this is a good time to get a breather here. It was a very long fight, but now we've got the even-ish Uber. The team holding the point has a slight advantage, so it's not like you can do a dot push. This is the kind of the thing with KOF that kind of makes it less dynamic than 5 CP maps. When you have these small advantages, you can't really use them to push if you're already holding the point, so you kind of just end up sitting there with the unable to use it. Okay, they're just going to actually get an extremely early Uber out of 6 as they go in here.
Yep, each time we see 6 moving forward with these equilibrium situations, they're just going forward using nice and early so as to not get body shot by this sniper, and now they're going for the Reaper straight towards point, getting a lot of damage, forcing these players out. Once again, the positioning looking good for them, but in order to get that, they did kind of have to sacrifice a couple of their players. So they cap point. Now suddenly they're spawned super slow, so the Frenchies are like, right, bam, we're just going to go straight towards point, right? Start focusing on the players one by one. The Hills are having to move back.
Oh,
Nasboy even getting a little bit caught.
Only a little bit. That was a really nice surf out there from him. He was, he probably should have died there, but some good movement saves him. But just, again, like the scouts were doing really well there. There were some soldiers that almost died. You can just see the scouts were just tunnel visioning and all from 6, and then the French scouts just came in and shot them in the back and took them down. It was basically the DM scout in a nutshell, right? Yeah. Oh, another Uber, very aggressive in here. And they actually get 2 picks off of it, including the demo man, so that really works out. And that was basically pushing on a 10% advantage, so it can work, people.
Yeah. I mean, it did. They did manage to pick up Mula, so they'll manage to get themselves time on point, at least a good few seconds now. It is 34 seconds left on the clock.
Got the
Frenchies
pyro.
do recap it. Yeah, we do see the forward hold. We do see the pyro as well. And forward holding when you've got an uber disadvantage can sometimes be a little bit scary. Everex the first casualty. Delhi
Ooh, nice shot from
as
Raph.
well. I don't know. This is kind of a little bit scary if you're on the side of the Frenchies. They need to kind of go pretty deep off this, and they've lost a couple pretty key players here. They're just going to use Uber. They're just going to use Uber, try and at least get control of point. The chase from Olga is not really going to amount to much at all. No one can go too deep, and this is about as good as Six could really expect for it, honestly.
Yeah, Sniper was in a bit too deep. Olga's going to try and see if he can be a hero and go for the medic before he gets Uber, but it is too late. Jorge is now in possession of a full Uber, and he's going to continue to just dance around here as everyone just desperately tries to force it out of him, but nope, he holds on. Both teams on 26 seconds remaining. This is extremely close. But the Frenchies, they need to get in here, otherwise they're going to lose. If it goes up 3-1, that means they lost. So they have to go in here and make sure that they actually cap this out. But Six, they're not going to let them.
No, absolutely. They have no interest in doing this at all. Players are going to get traded each way. Uber is going to get used. 7 seconds left on the clock. All that Six need to do at this point is prevent anyone on the French side from getting towards point and getting that little bit of overtime. They're going to start the cap a little bit. They've not got much health. They've got their own Uber just about. They've got to keep themselves capping and not flash everyone. Which they're just about managing to do. The health is still not looking too hot at all. There's players going everywhere. Oh my days.
This is so intense.
They're doing it though. They're managing to just about pick up Nasboy as well. Like I said, frags being traded every single way. They're even delaying the cap for their spawners. This is brain. I like this right here, right there. They've got control of point. They have Uber advantage. They have player advantage for these couple other seconds. 20 seconds left on the clock. All we need to see right now is Karnax hitting like a body shot on a scout, whatever, and that could possibly be this entire round. This is so crucial. There's no choice. Oh, there we go. Karnax taking down Everex, opening things exactly as he needs to. Daisy getting taken down as well, and Nubby killing himself on, I believe, the floor right now. 4 versus 3 right now. Frenchies are looking hot. They need to keep weathering the storm right now, and Olga hitting these meat shots, going for the cheeky little bit of BM there, and it's still ongoing though. These spawners are still coming in.
Oh, they didn't stand on it though. Ooh. They just let up just enough there, and that's going to be the Frenchies really keeping a cool head under pressure. They're just delaying the spawns, setting up the defense, just playing really well here going into it. And yeah, there you go, 2-2. They can do a comeback round here and actually win this and just tie the match entirely. So this is great play from the Frenchies. Really a comeback story if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic play here, but we have more mids to go from, but this time, all of the early frags going the way of Six, taking down the all-important medic and sniper. The threat is no longer present there. It's going to be just about this team playing around. Oh my god! Daisy! Brother, you can't do this! You can't let that happen!
They lost their medic because of it.
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't get it. It's so close. Why would you taunt? Was that a mistake?
I'm going to have to say it was a mistake. Sometimes you just press G twice in a row, right? Sometimes. Either that or he's, I don't know, like transferring the Spear of Arms back into the game. The brother who is missed. But now that's actually going to be an uber disadvantage for Six. Oh my days.
These soldier bombs, man, they're just crunching so hard. But the pipe from Delhi are just really doing work right now. Soldier's going to jump in here. Actually, they get the cap out here. Raph did a ton of damage. He's bought a ton of space, but he also just died immediately after here. So unless you actually see Connex hit some nice shots here, this point's going to fall again. And yeah, there we go. But he actually does get Everex, so this is going to open the door for them to do a repush. And they do have a tiny advantage here as well.
Yeah, they absolutely do. If they want to go super deep off this, they can. If they want to try and at least take things for free, Olga was on the backlines. He did, draw Nobby back a little bit. So yeah, if he wants to get the point for free, still Karnax raining down some of these headshots. He seems to be activating more and more as time goes by. And you can see like how annoying the sniper is. He's locking Jorge in place. He can't rotate those hills in the same way. And it just keeps on ticking the clock down. This is going to be close. I can feel this is going to be close.
Yeah, they're just going to Uber in very early on here. And now the counter was going to come out here much better for the Frenchies. And the FX is going to go down here as well. So immediately 6, they're going to be at a disadvantage in the fight. They're going to jump up super aggressive onto the sniper. Will manage to take him down. But now it's just going to be a matter of can they actually go back in here. This is actually a really nice push in. That soldier aggression really paying off out here for 6.
Yeah, it's working well so far. Once again, they seem to be taking some pretty significant damage, but they're keeping control of things a little bit. They have to heal up super fast because they know the Frenchie repush is going to be basically any second now. Moving towards this left-hand side of the point. Deli moving his position forward, trying to force out some of these players. Jorge's on 8 HP, so he has no choice but to back up, and that means the heals will be further back. The forward players will be losing their own lives here, and the Frenchies will be tapping this point once again. This is, they're getting like 25 seconds each time, I swear. Each team's just trying to make this as close as they physically can.
Yeah, they just keep changing hands here. Both of these teams, they were pretty aggressive on bosses as well, where we kind of saw them keep exchanging suiciders. This is a very different feel to it because they're taking fights instead of sending sackers, but they're still being very aggressive. There's very little downtime. The sword is going to be in the sky, but he's going to get taken down here.
Oh my days, this is going so... That is like almost the dream trade, right? If they'd managed to pick up Jorge at the end, that would have been like absolutely perfect. But like midway through a trade when you get 3 frags, it's just like, okay, right, yeah, this is going to be a good one. Yeah, this is pretty happy with that one, actually.
Indeed, they're currently massing up here on the balcony. You see the sniper playing on the opposite side from the mag, so that's pretty interesting. So Connex, he's just still camping up here on the balcony, but the soldier's going to jump in, immediately get taken down. Everex feeling the soldier burn here, but the Nobby's actually going to win the sniper duel, but Voxtech goes down as well. Losing a scout is a big deal here on Viaduct, and they still haven't been able to actually capture this, but there we go, Olga going down, that's a big deal, and then Deli as well. Big Nobby.
Popping off right now. We've not seen him play sniper quite as much this game, but he's hitting those crucial shots where it matters, getting his team that ability to take control of the point. They do get their own Uber as well. He's even going a little bit aggressive, watching towards his right-hand side, trying to see if he can get something cheeky, because obviously the time's getting so low at this point that literally like one medic drop could be the entire game. Everex once again extending just a little bit too far, losing his life.
Yeah, I want to point out that no medic has been killed by a sniper so far this game. I'm pretty sure that's correct. So they're just playing these angles really aggressively. And look at that, the Uber milk coming out of Mula there, just milking that Uber like a prize cow. Everyone else is going to have to back off here. Even the sniper, who wants to find this angle so desperately, actually looked like they're going to get it with Voxtech as well. And Mula goes down to a really aggressive jump in here. All the kills going in favor of 6. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, that is meaty boys right there. Even picking up Voxtech at the end just doesn't really matter at all. So 30 seconds left on the clock. It's a big old Uber advantage. Really, if you're on the side of the Frenchies, you need to go, I mean, literally right now. You don't want to let Jorge get his Uber. He's already 67%. They're going to get control of the point now, get themselves just a little bit of breathing room. But losing Alien with these slow spawns, 16 seconds now before he's back even in spawn to get towards the fight. They're still committing to this Karnak on Sniper. He'll be taking down Nobby, but then they're trading another player. They're constantly finding themselves in a disadvantageous position. Does look like 6 are going to be able to just about get their way towards a recap.
Oh, Deli! Deli actually gets a huge kill right here. This means that they are going to be able to actually push back in and have a fair fight on their hand. They're kind of being a little bit apprehensive right now. They're just waiting for the respawn. But yeah, they're going to come in here. Immediately have the superior position on top of the hill. As here comes the Kanu. They're coming in. They want to get this timer down to 0, I think. And it's 90% right now on Mula. But they need to get onto the point. Luckily, there is a bunch of overtime going on here before all the time gets taken off the point. But they need to be very careful and actually step on it. Oh, take the Uber off. Take the Uber off.
They need to. They need to actually get on the point. Oh my god, they were so spooked. And Everex is going to go into a deep bomb, not really getting the damage. Voxley as well wants to try and commit towards the fight, but ultimately the cap will go the way of the Frenchies. There's now no real time for any Ubers. I mean, if they build hard, maybe Jorge would just about get it, but realistically, you can't rely on that. Nobby is still sniping. He needs to try and find something good here, because this is getting just closer and closer. 12 seconds left on the clock for the side of the Frenchies. Any opening, like a body shot onto Voxtech, is exactly what they need to try and keep a hold of things, but they need positioning as well. There's just so much cap time right now. They need to be so There's everyone diving onto it. More headshots coming out from Karnax, and another one getting them right down into the dirt. It is on Boxy, Gazy, and Jorge to try and keep control of this tiny little bit of cap time, but Delhi's going to be piping them out of the sky. Just one more flare after another, and that's going to be the Frenchies with an incredible comeback.
They were down. They lost 7 rounds in a row, and then they just took 3 in a row themselves. That is absolutely a comeback. That's incredible from. I'm pretty sure. Did they win one? No. That's right.
Oh,
so
that was nuts. That was nuts. That was actually, that was sick. Yeah, amazing.
And it just really seems like I don't think they started out having. Well, they did start out having the sniper as well, but it really just got better and better. And yeah, like he never got a medic pick. Both medics was really good at just staying out of the sniper sidelines, but. Like, everyone can't stay out of the sniper sideline, so it was just whoever got picked off there. And it was just really good team play coming out from the Frenchies. They're making it work.